everybody, Marlene, aka Snow Gardener 307. We are here to talk about Snow Gardener 307 money totals for 2023. I'm going to talk about what I made on Etsy, what I made on YouTube. We're also going to do some savings challenges. We're going to go ahead and stuff $100 in savings challenges, focusing on our debt. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
Wake up, today's going to be a good day. Wake up, today's going to be a good day.
Hello everybody, we're going to start off by talking about Etsy, then we're going to go into YouTube, and I pulled these numbers directly off of my 1099, you guys. That's where the sales numbers are coming from. And so of course the way it works with Etsy and with YouTube is you get the money a month later. So for my Etsy sales in February, say this month, I don't get paid for February until March. And same thing for YouTube. I don't get paid for watch hours and memberships for February until March. And of course, YouTube is farther behind than Etsy is. YouTube is technically like what? 2.5, 3 weeks into the month before you get your payment. But you know, it is what it is, and that's how paydays sometimes go. The reason why I decided I wanted to break this down for you guys is to show you what the possibilities are if you decide you want to open an Etsy shop, start a YouTube channel. Now, this is not a get rich quick scheme for me. I have been doing Etsy for a few years and YouTube for a few years as well. And this year is the first year that I am actually starting to see some money, or I should say 2023. Now, first of all, with my Etsy shop, you guys, the first three months, spoiler alert, they're quite low because all I did was digital products. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So I wrote down my sales already, but I didn't write down my paychecks because I wanted to talk to you guys about those as we went through. So let's go ahead and pull this down 1 month at a time. So I just printed this out really quick. So in January, I had sales of $89.76. Now the paycheck that I got in January was actually from my December sales. So I got $55.62 in a paycheck. So nothing really big, but for me, for printables, it was like, that's 100% profit. Yes, I am taking the time, but still I considered it 100% profit. Then for February, my paycheck or my sales were $53.24. However, my January, even though I got $89.76 in sales, I only received a paycheck for $28.18. You guys ask why? Fees, different things like that. And also, you know, like your listing fees when you sell things, all of that kind of stuff. So February, $53.24, as I said. March, I had $128.46 in sales, and my paycheck was $43.18. So of course this 43 goes with this 53, the 28 goes with the 89. Now, of course, I could have had a negative balance from the month before, so that might have explained the discrepancy. I honestly don't remember that far back. Okay, then April is the first month that I opened physical products. I sold my first physical product on April 1st. I had $1,261.67 in sales. But of course, my paycheck that month was only $62.51, which should correlate with this $128.46. One thing that you need to know about Etsy with your paycheck and your sales is it's not like the 1st to the 30th or the 31st or the 28th or the 29th. They don't work that way. For your sales, it does. But for your paycheck, it may go over the next month into a couple days. So if I had more sales, say I had several sales in February at, you know, the beginning of the month or at the end of the month, it may end up on a different paycheck. I hope that makes sense. So that was my first physical products. Now, of course, we get into March or May. Sorry, we already did March. We get into May. I had $1,261.85. I find it so funny that these two were so dang close, but my paycheck was $970.07. So my sales, part of my sales too, you guys. Sales include sales tax. They include shipping. They include any sort of VAT tax or anything for international. So that's another reason why it might look like there's a big difference. So right here, we sold $1,261.67 in product. We got about $300 less in the paycheck. That would, be Etsy fees, shipping, different things like that. So let's see what happened in May for the paycheck. And then in June, I sold 1,454. The May paycheck, which is going to be the next one down here, was actually a little bit higher. It was 1,143.29. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write arrows here to make this a little bit easier to understand on how. So this was the sales, this was the paycheck. So June had 1,454 in sales. July had 1,789, and the June paycheck, and here we go, was 956.33. And some of you guys are going, wait a minute. You had more sales here and the paycheck was smaller. Like I said, it doesn't correlate exactly. So I might have had this paycheck right here might have went into like the 6th or the 7th of the month, whereas this one ended on the 1st of the next month. So don't worry, you guys, that's just the way it is. Then in August, I had 2,777.92 in sales, and my paycheck was $1,680.92. Now, of course, that was for July. So you look at the amount there. This explains a little bit because they kind of even out. So that one was $956, but this one was quite a bit more. Then in September, you guys, I hit over 3,000 in sales. I was so excited. So for August, for 2,777, I ended up with a paycheck of $2,005.38. Then for the 3,000 month, we'll see what the paycheck is. And then, you guys, the Georgette book hit. The Georgette book hit. Marlene worked day and night on the Georgette books, trying to keep them in stock, and they were absolutely amazing. I had amazing sales that month, but I did nothing else in my life besides work and Etsy. So that was a little bit much for me. I actually had to switch shifts to go to a different shift so that I could do what I needed to do. But it was absolutely amazing to have that many sales. So for the $3,000 in sales, I had a paycheck that was $2,179. And that one was exact. And then thank goodness November was a little bit slower. So November ended up being $8,142. And so out of the $9,333.12, my paycheck was $7,739.70. So a lot of this is fees and shipping. And so that is the difference between the 9,300 and the 7,700. So in November, I had 8,142 in sales. December, I had 3,425.34. And I was so happy to see my sales slow down because I was so busy and I was doing Vlogmas for my other channel. And I was just trying to make things work, right? So right here, I show that I made $32,723.64 in 1,517 transactions. So absolutely amazing. So you're like, okay, Marlene, I had my calculator out, but can you add those up for me just in case I didn't? So, my W-2 or my 1099, I should say, says that I made $32,723.64. However, my actual take home was $23,273.77. So the difference between these two right here is fees and shipping. So of course for Etsy, you have listing fees, you have transaction fees, you have sales tax that if you pay sales tax, Etsy pays it back to the state where you live. And so I got paychecks for $23,273.77 last year. Now remember, I send at least 30% to taxes. And so if I was just to do 30% of that, that would be about $7,000 in taxes. So, wow, I don't know what I did. But if we have 23,273 minus 7,000, that brings us down to about 16,273. And then you have to think about your cost of your product and the time. So just so you guys know, I'm not paying taxes on $23,273 because I take all of my product cost off. I take everything that I make on, with my products with, I should say, and I get to take all of that off. I also have a home office that I work out of, so I get to write off a part of all of my bills, things like that. So I do get tax write-offs and benefits. So we had $23,273.77 come into the household, which is absolutely amazing. Now let's go ahead and talk about YouTube. Now for YouTube, you guys, this is for both channels. And I was going to do subscribers, but I didn't keep track of subscribers. And I didn't do a great job of keeping track of members either, but I do have a spreadsheet that I can kind of tell. So these are rough numbers. So in January from YouTube, I got a paycheck for $150.55. This was for both of my channels in December. Now, that technically, I believe, was November and December because I wasn't quite getting enough for a monthly paycheck. And so in February, I did not get a paycheck from YouTube. Then in March, I got a paycheck for $142.59. So that's technically 2 months for 2 channels. But then we started meeting the threshold to get a paycheck every single month. So in April, I got $106.94. In May, I got $106.14. In June, I got $168.20. In July, I got $133.99. In August, I opened memberships for Snow Gardener 307 budgets. So I opened it up in August. Now, this does not include my lowest level of Snow Gardener 307 fans because I don't track them. So without Snow Gardener 307 fans, I had 23 subscribers. Now, remember, we're a month behind. So you're going to see this add on to the next month. So in September, I had 35 subscribers, but my paycheck was $396.40. Then we bump up 49 members and my paycheck is $559.44. I had my first international member in October and I've had several since. And in November, I had 67 subscribers. My paycheck was $809.50. In December, I had 76 subscribers or members. I keep saying subscribers, you guys, sorry, members. And my paycheck was $942.81. You guys, absolutely amazing. For YouTube for the year, I made $3,659.14. So obviously no taxes are paid out of that. And I do have write-offs for my YouTube because once I started getting fans, I'm able to write off postage, all of the free products they get. So if you're not familiar with my membership, the reason why I don't track Snow Gardener 307 fans is they don't technically get any product. And I'm going to go ahead and sit down. So if my voice sounds different or you hear my chair. So they don't get any freebies, except for occasionally they'll get some Happy Mail. They'll, get a couple things, but they don't get monthly freebies. But my What the Duck, they get printables for free every single month and they get a discount. And then my Fred Juniors, they get a physical savings challenge mailed to them every month. So the cost of the savings challenge plus the cost of the postage, I get to write off because that is part of what they're paying for. And then my Georgettes, of course, they get free products, they get free printables, they get the budget kits, they get all of that stuff. So that is some write-offs for this. And so you guys, I love doing YouTube. I don't do YouTube for the money because if you took how much I made for YouTube and divided it by the hours that I spend on YouTube, I probably am in the negative. But so that's not why I do it. But I wanted to show you guys. And so really quickly, before taxes, before all of that stuff, my Snow Gardener 307 business brought in $2,693.91 to our family. And of course, having the amazing months towards the end of the year was such a blessing because of our struggles with our own budget. So that's my Snow Gardener 307 money broke down. I hope it wasn't too confusing. I hope you guys found it interesting. I think it's absolutely amazing that you can help supplement your income. You can put more money towards your debt. You can save for vacations. You can save for retirement, all of that type of stuff. And if you're the type of person that likes to be creative, which I really do, then this gives you another outlet. So now we're going to go ahead and do some savings challenges. So let's get our cash tray out here. And we have got some cash, but this is not all of the cash because I had ones. Where did I put all of the cash? Oh goodness, you guys, what have I done? I was supposed to have $100 and that is not $100. So I think I messed up. I think I forgot the ones. Let's see, what do we have here? 20, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, and 80. I must have restacked the ones in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So I want to do $100 into savings challenges. We are going to focus on debt, you guys. That is what this year is going to be about. Life has changed, and you know what? That happens. And you guys, with our financial journey and the struggles that we're going through, I have talked to both of my children about it. They're both adults now, because I think it's super important that they know that no matter what age you're in, you can hit a financial hardship. And that's why it's so important to get a budget that works for you and that you can save money, that you can be okay if something does happen. So we're going to go ahead and start off with Georgette. And Georgette is right here. And of course, we're working on her book right here. So we want to go ahead and scratch off, and then we are going to do some coloring on the back as well. Sorry, you guys, the dogs were barking, so I had to stop. I know it's going to be kind of jerky. So here's Miss Georgette. We're going to scratch one on the front, and we're going to go ahead and color. And I'm so excited. I want to thank Liz again for my vacuum. Liz in Idaho, thank you for my vacuum. So let's go ahead and scratch one. And then we've got our savings challenge book right here for Miss Georgette. So let's make sure we've got our Life of a Pig. We're going to set that off to the side, and we're going to go ahead and scratch. We're going to scratch this one right here. Now, you guys, when I created these books, it's the first thing I had ever made and had shipped off to be professionally printed in this size. And so Marlene didn't do an amazing job thinking about, how am I going to scratch these stickers, or where are the hole punches going to go? And so I didn't quite have the margins right. So I apologize about that, because I know scratching these ones over next to the rings is kind of a pain in the butt. So I apologize. So it looks like we're going to do $6 today. So let's go ahead and grab $6. So 5 and 6. And then we're going to go ahead and color some on the back as well. So this month we have got a $75 challenge and a $40 challenge. Obviously our $40 challenge is going to be finished way faster. So we're going to go ahead and do our airplanes. And of course, the nice thing about this book, you guys, if you're really worried about your coloring, you can pull it on out as well. I'm too lazy for that. So we're just going to shift the book, and I'm just going to outline these planes in red. So we're going to color both of these planes, and then we're also going to color a couple other things. So nothing too exciting, but let's see. So 2 red planes, and the planes are $1. Then we're going to go ahead and color in these 2 Made with Love. Made with Love. So we're just going to do $4, which means that I'm actually going to put that $6 back and grab a 10. And then all that leaves us is our 2 hands and our heart. So that means we've got $11 on the back to color, and then we're going to be able to make an extra debt payment, which is so important. And if you are not familiar with the debt journey that we're on right now, make sure you go check out some of my latest videos where I talk a little bit more about what's going on. We did have something major happen. I didn't divulge exactly what it was, but it definitely changed our progress and where we were going and what our goals were. So I'm going to put that $10 into the Life of a Pig. And then we will go ahead and put Miss Georgette aside. Then we skipped the Poppet book last time, so I definitely don't want to skip the Poppet this time. This is another savings challenge right here. Savings challenge book, I should say, that I create in my store. And so this one, you could see I originally started it for debt, and we are still working on it for debt. And let's see, we are on the scratch off number 3. Poppet Fun number 3. And Miss Georgette, you're in the way. We're going to have to scooch you on over. So we're going to scooch Georgette and Fred Jr. We are going to scratch 1. That's it. I don't care how much it is. We're going to scratch 1. This is 1 to 9. And so we've got $5 here. So we're going to go ahead and save that in here. What I like about with the Poppet book is it's not by month. It's not anything like that. So you finish it whenever you get a chance. And this is a mystery challenge. I have no idea how much it is, you guys. Yes, I know that I created the book, but I don't even know. It's meant to be a mystery challenge, and that's what it is. So we're going to go ahead and add $5 into the Poppet, and then we're going to play Shut the Box. And did you guys see what happened last time on Shut the Box? Oh my goodness. That shut the box was so mean. And if that shut the box is that mean this time, we're going to have some serious words with that shut the box. I tell you what, I could not believe those dice and my luck for shut the box. So for anybody that isn't familiar with the last video, I only rolled a 2 and a 3, and then I rolled another 3. So I was out. And I had to pay, and it really hurt because it took a lot of my money. And so we're not looking for that. I mean, yes, we want to pay off our debt, but we want to be able to play some games. So let's go ahead and get started. We let the dice pick themselves the last time, and I feel like that kind of kicked us in the butt. So we're going to go ahead and pick our own dice. So I'm just going to grab 2 dice. So I've got 2 6-sided dice, and we're going to play. So we've got 6. And of course, my friend Renee, I've been talking about the Valentine's one, about how amazing it is. 9. I love that Renee has taken a game that you can play with your family or just by yourself and turn it into a savings challenge. And then we've got 3. All right, so we want some big numbers. Come on, no whammies this time, no whammies. We've got an 11. So we are going to do a 7 and a 4. And yes, so, and if we shut the box, you guys, that's $25. And so I had talked about having a rule the last time that if it is more than what it costs to shut the box, I might just go with the low income version, which is $1 per box, or I might max it out at $25 per row. I haven't decided. So this time we're doing good. We're only playing 1 row, so we don't have to worry about it this time, but that one really hurt. So we've got an 8. And it, you know, I mean, yeah, it's amazing to have that much going towards debt, but when you have lots of challenges to fill, it kind of takes the fun out of it. All right, we've got a 5. All right, so we need a 2 and a 1, you guys. So we need a 2 and a 1. So rolling a 3 right here would be amazing. Now, I believe I could roll 1 dice at this point, but it could be, I don't know. We're going to roll 2. I don't know what our chances are. We got a 7. So we did not get it, but we're going to save $3. Oh, so much better this time, you guys. So much better. And we're not going to have to skip some of the challenges that are behind this because shut the box was so much nicer to us. So 3 buckaroos. So 1, 2, and 3 go into shut the box. And then we're going to go ahead and play one of my newest challenges. And this is Fill Your Heart. This is a rolling challenge. And so we're going to go ahead, we're going to finish this row right here. So we're going to roll a dice 4 times. We're going to do this different colored one. So let's see, what do we got? So we got 5. Let's roll again. We got a 4. We got a 5. Ooh. And we got a 3. So we need $17 to go into Fill Your Heart. Fill Your Heart. So 10, 15, 16, and 17. And actually, you guys, let's see what we've got in here. Can we use a 20? We sure can. So let's go ahead and take the 3 out of there so we can use one of those 20s and not use all of our small bills. So $45 already in Fill Your Heart. And then you guys, we're going to go ahead and do the Lucky Dice Drop. This is another brand new one that I came out with. My members got both of these for free this month. And so Lucky Dice Drop, I did do a little short on it, but just in case you're not familiar, it is similar to Plinko. As far as we're going to do 1 row and then kind of bounce back and forth to the other. I've got my scratch token here, so we're going to use that as our place marker. So let's go ahead and roll. So we've got $4. And not $4. We've got 4. All we're doing is we're saving the amounts at the bottom because this is 5, 10, 15. 15 is the highest. So if you wanted, you could have saved $4. We're not playing the high roller version. We're playing the I'm broke version. So we're just going to bounce back and forth and move our little marker. And so you can use this over and over. And let's see where we end up. So we got a 5. So we got 5 buckaroos that we're going to put into Lucky Dice Drop. And so, of course, you can save a little bit of money. You can save a lot of money. You guys, this is a printable that is available in my Etsy shop for purchase. And you can also set your own amounts. You get a couple different versions that have set your own amounts down at the bottom. And I like doing that, you guys, because then you're able to go ahead and decide how much you want to save and what works in your budget. So we have got save $24 2024 and 2024. This is my emergency fund, and this is super important to me. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to roll a dice, and we've got a 12-sided dice right here. And let me explain to you guys how I'm doing this. So there are 12 quadrants in this savings challenge. There's the 4 numbers. And then if you look, there's actually 8 little groups of numbers. So we're going to roll a dice. When I roll the dice, I either scratch one or I get to pick one out of one of the quadrants. And right now, while we're doing all the other challenges, that is the only thing we're going to do. And so I've got to grab a colored pencil. So I've got a colored pencil. Let's go ahead and roll. So we got a 2. So that means we have to scratch off. We're not coloring. I think these ones are bigger. I'm scared, you guys. I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't know if Nita, the organized owl, was nice on the top numbers. So let's take a look. What do we got? Oh, $26. See, I had the right to be scared, but that's $26 going towards the emergency fund. So that is an amazing thing. Now, let me also tell you guys, I talked about this the last time. Oh, I forgot to use my vacuum. Oh. I talked about, I'm not going to leave $2,024 sitting in my savings challenge book. So when I get to $100, I'll put a $100 placeholder in and it's going in the bank. But we need 25 and 6. Eek! But that's okay. It's a big goal and we need to work on it. So all the way back here, there we go. Save 2024 and 2024. And you guys, you can get the dashboard for free on Nita's Coffee or Ko-fi or K-O-F-I. Is it coffee? I call it coffee. So that one was an owie, but hey, we got one of the big ones scratched off of the top. So let's go ahead and go into our February binder. We are just going to focus on the February binder. So this is from Janelle Ray Budgets, and we are rolling a 10-sided dice on this one to decide which challenge we stuff. The first 8 are debt, the last 2 are not. So we got a 9. The last time I did this, we had like 3 9s in a row, but I didn't do it because this is for me. This is for Audible books. And so we don't have a ton of money left, but the books are expensive. I've got $10 or $15 books and a $20 book. I've already done one of the 20s. So I don't remember doing a 20. When did I have that much money to do a 20? Let's see. Let's go ahead and do a $10 book. Let's do this fat book right here. So we're going to go ahead and put $10. And this is for me to buy books. And right now I've been doing Audible. So I'm thinking Audible. But if I get back into reading physical books, then this will give me book money. This is one of my hobbies. And I think it's important, no matter what journey that you're on, that you give yourself some money towards what you like. Now, let's hope that I don't roll a 9 again. Because if I roll a 9 again, I'm going to opt out. I'm telling you guys right now. Because I want this to go to debt. All right, we got a 4. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so this is Cupid right here. So this is Cupid's Corner. So we're going to go ahead and put $5 in. We're going to color that right there. And we're going to hope that that dries. We're going to go ahead and blow on it. I like to just put the money there, so maybe the money will get wet, right? If it needs to get wet. So 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so the next one is $2. And I don't know when I'm supposed to... Wait, I have to do the Cupid. So the Cupid is 5. But I don't know when I'm supposed to scratch the things. Maybe just whenever. So we need another 5, you guys, because the Cupid, she's 5. So let's just put a heart on her, signifying that we have stuffed her. And I picked how much the Cupids were. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, let's see. What do we got? Another 4? Okay, we got $2. 2 buckaroos. Okay, no more 4s. Come on. We want to see something else. Come on. All right, a 1. Let's go all the way back here. So we've got this February challenge. We're going to go ahead and scratch this one right here. $1. That's what I'm talking about. That means that we get to do more challenges. So 1 buckaroo going in 1. And we got a 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh, you guys. 6, and 7. We're going to do that in a second, but how did I forget that I had an IOU in there? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, goodness, you guys. Okay, there's our IOU. And this is a $35 challenge. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So come on, let's do something below a 7. Come on, come on, come on. 4. Amazing. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you guys, I also made myself a little rule that if I didn't want to end up with an IOU, I could use this right here. So I've got $3, so we're going to color in 3 hearts. So 1 and 2 and 3. And this means that we have no IOU. And I like to give myself that option. And when this fills up, I might, because we're not that far into December. So if this fills up, I might do the same thing again, you guys, because that just makes it so much less stressful. All right, you guys, that's it for today. I hope you guys found it interesting to see what Snow Gardener 307 the business did the last year. I'm super excited for the opportunities in 2024. I'm super excited about the new products that are going to be released. And I appreciate each and every one of you, whether you are here watching and helping my YouTube channel, whether you are a subscriber, a member, whether you purchase on Etsy or not. I appreciate each and every one of you. Until I see you guys next time, remember to keep on smiling. Bye, everybody.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.